It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The people we love are the ones that need us most. That's why I took out life insurance from Old Mutual, so he'll always get what he needs, even if I'm not there.
Speak to your advisor and help your family get ahead of life.
Now, with August being Women's Month, we are taking a closer look at women's health right now, specifically within a South African context. Now, Dr. Khan, a senior medical officer at Old Mutual, is here to share some fascinating insights that all the ladies out there do really need to be aware of. Doc, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
It's always interesting when we broach these numbers and try to get into the story that they tell. And obviously, this is a part of what you have to do every day to track where the general health is. But maybe let's start with the dark side of this conversation. What are the most notable risks when it comes to women's health in South Africa right now?
I think there are many daily challenges that women in South Africa face that threaten their well-being. You know, ranging from gender-based violence, infectious diseases like HIV and TB, cancers, and cardiovascular diseases related to lifestyle like heart attacks and strokes. And ourselves as a life insurer, we often see the end result of these challenges when it comes to the claims.
Yeah.
And when we look at our claims report for the past year, for 2021, we see that, again, cancer, HIV, and cardiovascular diseases remain really key health risks. And then not to mention, COVID and its complications had a devastating effect. Many lives were lost due to COVID and its complications. But when we try and take a closer look at the women-specific health issues, and we can consider cancer as a key category, breast and cervical cancer affect many women in South Africa, unfortunately. And what makes this so unfortunate is that we are not doing all that we can do to encourage women to screen and, in some instances, even prevent these cancers from occurring, which results in many women being more afflicted right in the prime of their lives. And I think it's also important to note that within our context in South Africa, we have many women that are heads of households or the sole income earners.
Yeah.
And it's all the more devastating then that these risks, these health risks that they face are not only felt by themselves, but by the entire family.
And it's the entire South African ecosystem takes this knock-on effect now.
Yeah.
When you take these caregivers that are central to those communities out of that vital role, what are these statistics, if anything, reveal about life expectancy of women in South Africa?
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting question because most of us would probably associate severe and life-threatening conditions with old age.
Yeah.
But the reality is the average life expectancy for women in South Africa is only around 64 years old, which I think you'd agree is...
Yo, I feel like I'm quite close to that now, yeah.
It's not that old. And even in our context for Old Mutual, the average age for death among women is only 62 years old. So
Sure.
being young doesn't necessarily mean you're risk-free.
That being said, how then do we protect ourselves and ultimately our families from, and I hate to kind of merge health and finances, but unfortunately when a family takes a knock that is that devastating, that financial fallout can be what really breaks them. How
Yeah.
do we protect our families? How can a woman do that when she clearly is at risk throughout her life, not just in those senior years, as you point out?
Look, I think we can all agree if you have a severe and life-threatening condition, it's absolutely devastating. It's devastating for the person involved and devastating for the family.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, we see a situation where we do merge health and finances, as you rightly point out.
Yeah.
You have to. It's really devastating for those left behind. And so what we can do is that we must do all that we can to encourage women to maintain healthy lifestyles, to screen for preventable conditions regularly. But rest assured that when life does happen, Old Mutual will be there to assist. And because that really is the point of life insurance.
Yeah.
Life insurance is intended to provide your family that's left behind with the accustomed lifestyle that they were accustomed to during their life, and as well as assist with leaving your legacy behind. So having a personalized life insurance plan provides peace of mind to yourself that your family will be protected whatever happens in life.
I love the fact that there is something for your budget, so it doesn't put too much pressure on you while you are here. But I think the key word that you mentioned earlier is legacy. We all have certainly as parents, we all have a plan for where we want to see our family go, what we want out of life for our kids. And I love the fact that you can put that down and have that bedded down for them long after you've gone. Thank you so much for bringing that peace of mind. I know you work in quite an intense space, but it must be amazing to see the end result of the people, the families that you help. So thank you so much for your input this morning.
Thank you.
A little bit alarming, a little bit terrifying, in fact, at some times. I think as a woman, as a mother, a sister, a wife, you have to protect one precious life of yours. Think about it and take it on board. Do your annual checks, maintain a healthy lifestyle, and get the conversation started around life insurance for the sake of your loved ones. And an Old Mutual financial advisor is standing by to help, and they really do care. You can call them on 0860 60 60 60 or simply visit oldmutual.co.za/life.
What do you want to play?
The people we love are the ones that need us most. They'll always need a place to call home and opportunities to build their future. That's why I took out life insurance from Old Mutual, so he'll always get what he needs, even if I'm not there.
Get 5 million Rand life insurance for only 509 Rand per month. Speak to your advisor and help your family get ahead of life.